Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a hair care video slash Q&A all together. I asked you guys some questions, or no, you asked me questions. That's what happened. I asked you guys to leave me questions about hair or anything hair care related. Thank you guys so much for the questions, by the way. So all my questions are on my computer, and which is right here, and I kind of have them all divided up, all fancy and organized, because look at me being an adult and being organized. Actually, the most disorganized person of life. But anyways, moving on. Okay, so the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to do it in sections. And so the first section is the one that was probably the most asked question, or just the type of question in general, was how do you keep your hair healthy? How do you grow your hair? How do you prevent damage? And I'm going to go through step by step the products I use from the time I wash my hair until the time I blow dry it. To be honest with you, keeping your hair healthy has a lot to do with how you are protecting your hair and what you're putting on your hair, especially if you apply heat to it, and especially if your hair is just bleached or just been stressed out lately. First things first, we're going to talk about shampoo. When it comes to shampoo and conditioning, this is so important. I think the quality of your shampoo and conditioner will just completely change the game for your hair. The shampoo I use is from the line Pureology, and it's called Perfect for Platinum. This one is specific for people who have high levels of lift. What that means is if you have bleached your hair or if you have lifted it. So if you lifted it from a brown to a blonde or whatever. I have the big guy. This lasts me forever. The thing about Pureology is their shampoos are really concentrated. You only need the tiniest bit. So what I do is when I get in the shower, I only put the tiniest bit, like maybe the size of a dime. Now the first time I shampoo my hair, since I use a lot of product and I don't wash it often, it's not gonna lather. It's basically just kind of breaking down the product in my hair. Don't go layering on more shampoo yet. I know we feel tempted to, because let's be honest, we feel like when we put a ton of shampoo in our hands and we're washing our hair and it's lathering like crazy that we're just like, yeah girl, yeah girl, yeah girl. I totally get it. But you don't need to do that. You're wasting product. So just use a tiny bit, put it through your hair, let it break down the product. Then go back in and put another little dime or nickel size. Go through, and this time it will lather. If you don't use a lot of product in your hair, or you don't even put heat on your hair so you don't require product, then hey, all power to you. Just do it once and it will lather and you're good to go. You don't have to go through a second time. So this is the conditioner I use on the days I don't use deep conditioner, and this is just the Perfect for Platinum conditioner. I have the smaller one. This is the regular size. I have found two different deep conditioners I like, and I'm going to talk a lot about Olaplex. So I had questions on if I like it, if it's worth the hype or whatnot, all about Olaplex. And I'll talk about it. This is the conditioner, and it has a hair in it because girl does not have her life together. It looks like this. It is a pretty small bottle. I think you can get it on Amazon, and I'll link all that down in the description box. But the thing about Olaplex is basically it rebuilds the bonds in your hair that are broken down during the bleaching process. The thing that I've noticed the most, I bleach my husband's hair as well, and his hair has improved drastically. He does apply heat to it every single day. He had this whole fried area over on one side, and it was kind of breaking off, and I was like, what is going on to this one side of your hair? We started using Olaplex on him, and his hair is completely back to normal, not at all dry or breaking off or anything like that. So I've noticed the biggest difference in his hair. At the same time, there is another one that I use. I switch off between these. One time I'll use the Olaplex, and the next time I'll use this Pureology Perfect for Platinum, and this is the Reconstruct Repair deep conditioner. That's what I'm trying to say. I feel like I'm talking so much that I like forgetting what I'm saying. And I all of a sudden came down with an accent. That seems to happen too when I'm talking to you guys. This is like a heavy duty deep conditioner. It feels really good on your hair. So even if you don't have 4 levels or more of lift like it says you need for Perfect for Platinum, I still really like this deep conditioner because it is actually really thick, but it doesn't weigh your hair down. Another thing some of you guys have asked for cheaper alternatives. I would say go for something natural, like a coconut oil, argan oil, anything like that, and do an oil treatment on your hair, because that's going to be way cheaper than any of these products, but it's going to be better, in my opinion, than drugstore products. I don't have anything against drugstore products. My hair just doesn't work well with them and tends to break off and get this waxy feel and get a lot of buildup on it. If it works for you, I think that's absolutely great. So after I've washed my hair and it's all done and I've rinsed out all of my conditioner, I will wrap my hair in a towel. Here's the thing, another really important thing, because I see this happen all the time and it bugs me, it like drives me absolutely crazy. My husband does this and I'm like, you're ruining your hair, you're ruining what we just did. He takes a towel and he just goes like crazy all over his hair and just roughs it up because he thinks it dries it, right? But the reality is it is roughing up your hair, and when your hair is wet, it is very fragile. We've got to be gentle with our hair if we're wanting it to grow really long and be really healthy. That's the key. So I squeeze my hair out with a towel. Then, this is the miracle product, I use this thing. And I know, it looks like, I don't know, what does that look like? I'm not really too sure. And so you put your head in this area, you twist this up, and then you push it like this. Basically, it's not roughing up your hair, and you know when you wrap your head in a big, huge towel, well, usually the towel is pretty heavy. That towel kind of pulling back your wet hair is really not good for it. So that's the only reason I don't do that. I used to do it all the time, let me tell you. When I found these at Target, I believe they still have them there, especially for back to school deals. Yeah, it made a huge difference in my hair. What I do next is I spray my hair with a leave-in conditioner, and I again use this Pureology, same freaking line. I'm just obsessed with it, I can't help myself. It's the perfect for platinum line, and this is the Miracle Filler Treatment. I spray it all over my hair and then I comb it out. It really helps get the tangles out. Also, it's a leave-in conditioner, so we're protecting our hair. My ends are feeling pretty dry. I'm sorry, there's people outside mowing their lawn, and yeah. But if your ends are pretty bad, I do recommend this stuff. You can also put some argan oil at the ends of your hair if you want to use argan oil. So this is the Pureology Strength Cure Fabulous Lengths treatment, and it's for breakage prone, micro scar, damaged, color treated hair. So if you have all of the above or some of the above, this is really great for that. So this is really great. I put this on the ends of my hair and then I go into more stuff. I know. So if you don't add heat to your hair, like if you don't blow dry your hair or anything like that, you just let it air dry, you can pretty much stop here. But I'll blow dry my hair. We're gonna go to volume, how I get volume in my hair. I know you guys asked me some questions, but there was one in particular that stood out to me. So it was from Tiny Gray Cat, which I love that name. And the question was, I'd love some tips and techniques on how you make your hair so voluminous and how to keep it that way. I have fine hair too and can backcomb the shit out of it and it never holds. Also, any good hairspray that doesn't dry out bleached hair even more / make it crispy. Thanks, girl. Oh, hey girl, hey. Hey girl, hey! I love when you guys say hey girl, hey, because like, I feel like we get each other. You know what I mean? We get it. Really awesome question, and some of you guys had more questions about voluminous, thick hair, and you obviously know that I don't got it, but I gotta make it happen. These products I'm gonna talk about before I blow dry, not only do they add volume to my hair, but they also protect my hair from heat, and that is key. So what I do is I use Bedhead Totally Baked Volumizing and Prepping Hair Meringue, and it smells like candy, and it's a foam. You need something to thicken up your hair. This is really nice. And then I use the Redken Outshine, which is a cream, and I mix these together. So I do a couple pumps of this, and then I work it through my hair. But the reason why I mix it with a cream product like this Redken Outshine instead of just using it on its own, sometimes I feel like when you use a volumizing product on its own, it can kind of almost give you this weird texture of like roughness, and it can be hard for me, especially since I have really thin hair, to work through my hair when I start blow drying it. So adding the Outshine with this kind of tones that down a little bit. If you are looking for more lift at the root of the hair, I use backcombing a lot for that. If you guys have watched my channel before, any of my hair tutorials, you know that my holy grail volume product is this Big Sexy Hair Powder Play, which is a powder texturizer thing. So basically I'm going to show you guys what my hair looks like with it, and you guys can see the difference that it makes. Another really important tool in this process is what backcombing tool you're using, or teasing brush, or whatever you want to call it. So the one I use, I can get it at Ulta. I always link it in the description box for you guys. It has a lot of hair in it, so my bad. It's like a brush, and then it has these little bristles that stick up in it. So it really grips your hair and really gets in there and just, oh, you know what I mean? Without pain. There's no pain involved with this guy. What I do when I go to backcomb my hair, I take the top section and I leave it out. So we're just gonna leave all that out. One of you, I believe, asked me how I make it so it doesn't look like a frizz ball, how it looks smooth. That's how I start it. But I leave it out because I don't want that part to be frizzy. Because what you see on the surface is going to be the frizzy part. Anything underneath, you're not going to see it, so it's not going to be the frizzy part. What I do is I take the Big Sexy Hair Powder and I sprinkle it on. Now I'm going to sprinkle it from up here to about the mid shaft of the hair. And then I go in and I kind of rough it up and make sure it's all blended in there. So we're gonna take that little section to backcomb it. You could just feel it. It's way padded. It's like a mattress up in here. We're gonna do the same thing in the next section. We're gonna sprinkle it, and don't forget to like kind of let it fall, not all over you like I just did. But then I just go back in, do that, and it's done. You know what I mean? So that's it. Just kind of go in and do a little bit of this. I don't really use the product all the way down. I just kind of go through and even it out. This guy is huge. Trying to smooth him down. Do not push too hard into the back combing because you're gonna start brushing that out, and we don't want to do that. It's a lot bigger, and you can comb it and smooth it as much as you want until you don't see any frizzies. The hairspray I use is the L'Oreal Elnet hairspray. It is a softer hairspray. I think part of the question as well was, what doesn't make my hair crispy? This does not make your hair crispy. It leaves a very natural finish, but then still has hold. Okay, I got some questions on my haircut. Rob.Cynthia asks, what style do you ask for when you go get a haircut? Also, would you ever go short? The style I ask for is long layers. I basically just trim the ends of my hair and get long layers in my hair. And then I ask for texturizing. For those of you who want volume in your hair, a lot of times it has to do with the haircut you have. So sometimes if you have all one layer of hair and you're wondering why you can't get volume in your hair and the back combing is not working, I would go in and ask for some longer layers, and then also ask for texturizing. I can tell when my texturizing is growing out because my hair won't back comb as easily. As far as the question of if I'll ever go short, I always get the urge to go short, but I'm fighting that urge currently. Some of you guys have asked me what hot tools I use and also what heat protectant I use. Before I use any hot tools, I protect my hair with a heat protectant spray. I know it seems like I've just protected my hair like pretty much indestructible at this point, but just to be sure, because we're trying to grow our hair out and keep it healthy, I do use a heat protectant spray. This is the HEY 44 Iron Guard. I like a lot of heat protectant sprays, but this one smells like heaven. Like, almost like men's cologne or something. It smells so good. What is this? Oh, the curling iron I use is the Titan 3 by Numi. And I've also used the HEY Orbit, which is also an interchangeable one. This one has 3 different barrels. So the difference is in the HEY and this one is mainly availability. I can never find the HEY one anywhere, so this one is definitely readily available. Also, I believe this one is cheaper, especially since I have a coupon code that I will list in the description box. Also, this really tiny, just the smallest one it comes with. I use this one for my really curly hairstyle I wore in my haul video. I use the medium one for the waves that I get my hair to do, and I have a bunch of tutorials. I don't have the one on the tightest curl one, but I'm gonna do one on that. But I do have one on loose waves that I will link in the description box. So flat irons, the one that we use, my husband and I use, is just this HEY one. I will find it for you and list it in the description box if you're interested in it. It's just a ceramic flat iron. I've always used HEY flat irons and I like them a lot. Ulta always has sales on HEY flat irons, so that's always a good thing as well. I also had some questions on dry shampoo and also how I go a long time without washing my hair. But one question stood out in particular, so I'm gonna shout you out, girl, and it's from Amber Murray, and she asked, for the hair care Q&A, how often do you wash your hair, and do you have any recommendations for someone who gets really greasy hair after one day? I've tried dry shampoo and it hasn't really helped me. This is an awesome question. I feel like I was one of these people who went through this. So the other thing that really helps is not just dry shampoo, but training your hair to basically go longer without washing it. Basically what happens is if we're washing our hair every day, we're really over washing our hair, and we're washing away all of the oil that has like trying to protect our hair and try to keep our hair healthy. And so basically your scalp, as far as I understand, overproduces oil, and then we end up with greasy hair. So to prevent overproduction of oil, then we have to train our hair not to do it. So what I would do is if you wash your hair every single day, start washing it every other day. Then after you do that for a while, start every 2 days, every 3 days, and then et cetera, until you build your way up to like a week or however long you want to go. Somebody also asked if they know that you're not supposed to shampoo every day, but they wonder if you're supposed to condition every day. I do know some people who do condition every day, but I don't do that. Basically, my trick is just to not touch it as much as possible with anything. So I try not to wash it too much. I try not to rough it up too much. I only back comb it once a week. I only use hot tools on it once a week. But if I do feel like at the end of the week my hair is getting some grease to it, you know what I mean, getting oily at the roots, then I will use the Batiste dry shampoo in the cherry scent. So on how to use dry shampoo, I do not leave a whole big white film on your hair because you're using too much. I basically just use a nice little mist of, leaves like a veil over it. I let it sit on there for a minute or so and really soak up those oils, because if you start messing with it before it has time to soak up the oils, it's not really gonna do too much. And I rub it in and kind of act like I'm shampooing it to get rid of that white, you know, look. So a lot of you guys ask me about my hair color, how I get my hair color to last so long. This ties into kind of the how often I wash my hair question, because it correlates. Not only is it up to your shampoo, make sure your shampoo is color protectant shampoo, but also if you don't wash your hair as often, your hair is going to last a lot longer because you're not constantly washing the color out of it. Sydney Chinchilla asks, how long do you wait until you bleach or color your hair again? I bleach my hair every 4 to 6 weeks. It's usually closer to 6 to 8 weeks, to be honest with you. I rarely do it every 4 weeks unless I'm really feeling like my roots grew really fast all of a sudden, which is not really with my hair. Doesn't really happen. As far as coloring my hair, I definitely color my hair, I would say, 2 times in between each bleach. Another one of you guys asked me how much it costs, or about how much it costs. Just up to you how many colors you're gonna use. If you're just doing one color, it's gonna be a lot cheaper than doing multiple colors like my hair. If you want to do multiple colors, you have to, you know, realize that you are going to be using more tubes of dye. Also, it depends on how long you're willing to let your roots grow. If you are fine letting some root action happen with your hair, then you're not going to have to spend as much money on bleach and all that stuff. So it just depends. So anyways, I think that is it. I didn't get to all the questions, but I would be here for 5 hours, and I feel like I've already talked for a very long time, so I will go ahead and answer your questions. If I didn't get to them on my other video, I'll go through and answer the ones I didn't get to, so you guys at least have answers. And then also leave me any questions you have down in the comments box, or you can just say, hey girl, hey, because you know I love talking to you. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a haul. It's mostly a fashion haul, but there's a couple makeup items and miscellaneous items